In this section we have to rearrange the three formulae, making the variable in brackets the subject for each one. But what does making the variable the subject of a formula actually mean? Well, if we look at the first formula, v equals u plus at, v is the subject of the formula. It's on its own on the left hand side. We're asked to make u the subject of the formula, so we have to rearrange so that u is on its own on the left. The first thing we need to do is get rid of the at. We can do the reverse of adding at by subtracting at. To keep our formula balanced, we have to do this for both sides. So, if we subtract at from the right hand side, we're left with u. And if we subtract from the left hand side, we get v minus at. So we've really finished the question, but it's more normal to rearrange what we've written as u is equal to v minus at so that the u is on the left hand side. Now let's look at question 2. v squared equals u squared minus 2gs. We need to rearrange so that s is the subject. It might be good in the first instance to rearrange the right hand side by putting the minus 2gs first and then add the u squared. We haven't changed the meaning or the sense of our formula, we've just rearranged our two terms, keeping the signs that are appropriate with each of the terms. We know that we want the term with the s in it on its own, so the first thing we can do is subtract the u squared from both sides. If we take away u squared from the right hand side, we're left with just minus 2gs, and if we take away u squared from the left hand side, that gives us v squared minus u squared. Now minus 2gs means minus 2g times by the s. We want s on its own, so we must get rid of the minus 2g, and the way to do this is to divide by minus 2g. So, on the right hand side, we're left with just s, while on the left hand side, we have v squared minus u squared divided by minus 2g. Now mathematicians don't like to have a minus sign as the denominator, that is on the bottom of a fraction. So to get rid of this minus sign, we can multiply top and bottom by minus 1. If we multiply the bottom by minus 1, we get 2g, and if we multiply the top, the v squared will become minus v squared, and the minus u squared will become plus u squared. So that gives us u squared minus v squared, all divided by 2g equals s. And, as in the first example, we rearrange the sides so that our subject s is on the left hand side. Finally, we have the formula p equals 2, brackets w plus h, and we want to make h the subject. One of the ways to do this is to multiply out or expand the brackets. So 2 times w gives us 2w, 2 times h gives us 2h, so we now have p equals 2w plus 2h. As in example 2, I quite like to rearrange so we have the 2h term first, added to the 2w. The h term is the term we want on its own. We can do this by taking away 2w from both sides. So we're left with just 2h on the right hand side, and we have p minus 2w on the left hand side. We want h on its own. We have 2h, so we need to get rid of the multiplication by 2. We can do this by dividing both sides by 2. That gives us h on the right hand side, and p minus 2w all divided by 2 on the left. Remember, that's all divided by 2, not just the p. Lastly, we rearrange so that h is on the left hand side to get our answer. h equals p minus 2w divided by 2.